In this video, I'm going to go over what is backtesting, how to backtest, and why you should backtest. And I'll even show you my exact backtest and the logs that I make at the end of each week. As always, I'm your host, Kit Trades. And in this weekly show, you're going to learn tips, tricks, and strategies to turn you into a profitable trader. Sit back, enjoy the video, and make sure you watch the whole thing. First things first, what is backtesting? Backtesting is essentially what it sounds like. It's going back in time and testing your strategy. So whenever I first started trading and I was trying to figure out what strategy I was going to use, and I was trying to understand how I was going to trade and things like that, everyone was always saying, well, backtest and you'll figure it out. So that kind of led me down the backtesting rabbit hole, which is if you find a strategy that you kind of like and you want to move forward with it and it makes sense to you, you need to go ahead and backtest it. You need to backtest it as if you were trading back in time to see if that strategy is profitable. And then you need to record the results. How often does it win? How often does it lose? Things like that. By doing that, you'll understand your strategy better. You'll understand what a winning trade looks like and what a losing trade looks like. You'll understand how many trades typically you'll lose in a row, what the best time frame to trade is, what the best session to trade is. All of the questions that you may have about any given strategy all can be answered by yourself with backtesting. A losing trader is the person who goes on Discord and is, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? What should I do this? What should I do that? You really don't need to ask anyone any questions. You can rely almost solely on yourself. If you have TradingView and you have a strategy that you saw that you liked, you go on to TradingView, you back up in time, and you can answer all of those questions for yourself. That's what backtesting is. And why it's important is because it answers all of the questions that you have about your strategy. If you're not backtesting, you're likely not going to be successful. And that's just the truth of the matter. My mentor, Jimbo, who is a part of our Discord and created our indicators, would always say that 95% of traders fail. And also 95% of traders aren't backtesting. What are you going to do differently that 95% of other people aren't going to do? Right? Because if 95% of traders fail and you want to be the percent that isn't failing, then you need to do things that 95% of people failing aren't doing. And I can almost promise you that that's backtesting. So I'm going to show you guys how I backtest and how I log it. And that's it. All right. I'm just going to show you how I backtest, how I log it. And then from there, you guys can, backtest on your own or whatever. And if you have any questions, you can come into my Discord, link in the bio, and ask away. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing I do is I load up TradingView. Obviously, I only use TradingView for charting. And I'm going to go back in time. So the first thing I'll do is I'll mark my sessions. So I like to trade from anywhere, probably starting generally around 9:30 to 2 o'clock for backtesting results. Okay. And, maybe I only trade from 9:30 to 11:30. So I'll use these horizontal lines here to kind of mark, when I'm trading. So I know when to look, for testing. So for example, today's over. So I could have backtested today, but today wouldn't be a great example because there wasn't very many trades. So I'm going to go ahead and go to yesterday. Okay. And you can go to yesterday, the day before yesterday, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you can see I already have some results here. I'll go ahead and remove these because obviously I log and test every day. And yesterday I traded from 10:30 to 14:30, which is 2:30 EST. So I have my lines drawn. So now what I'll do is I'll come in here and I just look at the chart and I'm going to say, okay, where would I have placed trades based on my strategy? Well, my strategy involves buying these pullbacks and then entering after the pullback. So I'm not going to break down my whole strategy here. If you want to, I have plenty of videos on my strategy that you can just go to my channel and find. But I'm going to show you how to backtest. So if this is where I would have entered, then, I'll go here. Where would I set my stop loss? Well, I probably would have set it down here. So that's one trade. That's a winning trade, right? Then I look, the next pullback was here. So I'll mark it. At this point, I probably would have set my stop like here. Awesome, winning trade. Oops. Okay. Then I'm just going to keep looking. I would have made another trade here. Okay. Where else? I would have made another trade here. I would have set my stop loss there. I would have made another trade here. Likely my stop loss there. And probably would have made one last trade right there. Same stop loss. Sorry, I had made a few mistakes and I just had to clean some things up real quick, but all resolved now. So this was the final day here. So we had a win, a break even, a win, and a loss, and my hours were incorrect. So my backtest log is between 11 and 2. All of that's not super important, but anyway, so this is what it would look like: win, break even, win, loss. And on my backtest log, obviously here, February 13, win. All right, so I'm pausing the video for a second. I want to interject here. I feel like when I'm going through and editing right now, and I feel like I left something important out, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop the video and address this real quickly. So what I'm getting into here is my backtesting log, which is essentially a spreadsheet. Okay, I use Notion.so for my log/spreadsheet. It's 100% free. Okay, in my Notion file, I just want to break it down a little bit here. I have my trade number. As you can see, it goes all the way down to whatever. I have the day of the week. I have whether the EM up and VWAP are going down. You see, I have these different columns for different types of data that I'm collecting. I have different sheets. So like, for example, the one that I'm about to show you is this one. We have the day of the week, the hour, the take profit or stop loss, the RR, the MACD. And so these are different columns I've created in my spreadsheet. So what you're about to see is my spreadsheet and and I'm going to go over my spreadsheet. So I just want to pause that video and just kind of break down that, like, after you mark up your trading view and collect these trades and get all your data on trading view, you need to make a spreadsheet, and I use Notion.so, and then you're going to log your results on the spreadsheet, and that's what I'm about to show you. All right, thank you. Break even, win, stop loss, and I'll log kind of, how high the RRs got, if it was a buy or sell, what the MACD was looking like, where my stop loss was, all of those things. And I'll include a picture for the day as well, so I can look back and say, okay, this is what it's supposed to look like for the day, et cetera, et cetera. And so that is how I backtest, right? So I go through each day, I look at the day, and I place my trades where I would trade based on my strategy. Once I've placed my trades for each day, I'll go and I'll log it, and it's really good to get a lot of data. So right now on this one, I have from January 3rd until February 13th, and it's 68 trades. So, I mean, that's really it. It's pretty simple to backtest. You're going to go back in time, act like you're trading live, make sure you follow your rules, don't lie to yourself, and then make sure you store that data so you can look back on it and check it out. For example, a really good one is market structure. So I look and I see if there's market structure. If there's no market structure, it seems as if I lose every time. But when there is market structure, I definitely win a lot more. I also see that if the second candle is with trend, I win more. And if the second candle is against the trend, I seem to lose more. So that can kind of help me maybe start exiting trades early. The second candle goes against trend, maybe I want to get out. But all of these questions I've answered myself without asking anyone because I have the data to prove it. So that's what the importance of backtesting is. I hope that this helps you become profitable, and make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, and tune in next week.